Hi Connor. Today we're going to be working on some uh, basic modeling techniques, but these are just a couple that we have to get down before we can move on, I think, at this point. So today what I'd like to do is I'm sort of working on what you're working on, which is the dinosaur enclosure, but I'm going to make it a little differently. I'm just going to use one cube to create the whole enclosure, and we're going to do this by using edit mode, which we'll get to down here. But let's just start by perhaps just thinking about where we could start with this shape. We're just going to squeeze it down just like we usually do, squeeze it down a bit flat, and I'm thinking about a big ground plane here. So this will be the base of our enclosure. And once I've squeezed it down there, I'll go about at the size of the grid wide, and same thing long. And that just gives us a basic ground plane, but from here we'll start to work on building up the walls and the sides. So the first thing we want to do is we want to change to edit mode. We just go down to here where it says edit mode, we go object mode, and we go edit mode. And now we can see that we've got all our faces selected, and we can start working in vertexes, edges, and faces. So over here in our tools panel, we've got a number of new options. This is where I'm going to be concentrating today, but we might have a look at a couple of other things as well if the opportunity presents. First thing I want to do is I want to think about where my walls are going to be. And they're going to be down this side, and this side, and this side, and this side. So in order to get those walls to sort of come out of there, I'm going to make some new faces, and I use the loop cut and slide tool. And when I click on loop cut and slide, nothing seems to happen. But when I put my mouse over my object, I can see a purple line is shown. Depending on where I put my mouse, it'll show me where it's about to do a loop cut. And with a loop cut, we make new faces, and we can work with these new faces. So first one I'm going to do is going to be this one down this side. So I want my cut to be this way. I hold it at the bottom or the top. If I hold it over here, it'll go sideways, but if I hold it here, it'll go like that. And then I just do one left click. Now what I've done is I've put a cut all the way through, and now comes the slide part, because I can move this cut before I click again to the position I want it. And because my wall's going to be over here, I'm just going to center it right there. And I'll do that again for all the other sides. So we go loop cut and slide, work out what my cut's going to be. Right there's good. Now I move it into position. And we'll do the top and the bottom. Loop cut slide, hold it there. That's the way I want these ones to go. So I'll click there, move it into position. And finally the bottom. Loop cut slide, hold it there, click once, move it down, put it in position. Now at this stage, I've got this on scale, but I can change this to move, and before I touch anything or select anything else, I can always change the position of my loop cut. So remember, if you let it go and say, okay, that's my position, and you're not happy with it, you can Control Z to undo, or Control Z to undo, or maybe there's an undo here. There's an undo down in mesh. Right there, you've got undo there, Control Z. You can just slide it around. You can move this anywhere you want, and you can position it exactly as you want it. So that's a good thing to know. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build these walls straight up. So I'm going to choose faces, because I'm working with faces. If I move an edge straight up, it won't have any body to it. And if I move a vertex straight up, it probably won't do much at all other than ruin everything. So I'm on face select down here. And now I want to select all the faces that are going to be the top of my wall, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude these straight up. So I right click on that one, and then I hold down Shift and right click on all the rest. If you hit those little black dots, you're selecting faces. So I'm going to select every single face there, and now we're going to extrude them up. Now if I move these up without doing anything else, I'll show you what happens. All the middle ground plane, it continues to come up with it. So that's not really what we want. That's just going to give us our cube back. What we want to do is we want to make new faces up here, new faces up here, new faces up here, and new faces up here. So to do that, we do what's called extrude. Now I'm going to click, for this tutorial, I'm just going to click all the buttons that you use. But for extrude, E to extrude is the shortcut key. If you hold your cursor over that, you can read just there that it's extrude and move along the normals. Don't worry about normals. But the shortcut key is E. So you can always just press E if you've got a face selected, or an edge, or a vertex, and extrude it. But we'll click here, and what it does instantly, as soon as I move my mouse, it's going to go straight up, because that's the direction that the normals of those faces are facing. They're facing straight up. And if I move it up to the height that I want it, I'll go about there. I think that's similar to yours, but I'll have to have a look at school tomorrow. We'll just leave that, confirm that move. So what we've got now is an enclosure that is just one piece. Saves us making lots of cubes, and we can get very complex stuff, and it's all perfectly flat. So that's a good start. Now I noticed that for the model that you're working with at school, you've got a platform off to the side. So we're going to do a platform as well with the same tools. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do a loop cut all the way around here along that line there and that line there, and we're going to move it up to about here so that we can take a face out from this top edge. I'll show you what I mean by that. So we go loop cut slide, hold our cursor over where we want it, and this has got lots of ones. If we go there, it's going to cut right through the middle of it, down the bottom and up the other side, but we want to go around the edge. So you just move your mouse to different positions and it'll show you where you can do your loop cuts. Yeah, you could put one down through that, you could do all sorts of things, but we want this one here. So one click, left click to confirm, move it up to about the thickness that I want this outside little, I don't know, what would you call it, a patio or something like that, little ledge to stand on, and that looks about right. Of course, we want to build our ledge out, so we go, it's interesting, when you do a loop cut, instantly changes it to edge mode, so you'll always have to go back to face mode, and you'll know you're on face mode because all the little dots are there, dots to select faces. So right click select on that one, hold down shift to get more, we could, yeah, hold down shift to get more, and click, and now we want to extrude, because if we just pull it out, it does that. We might want that, we might want some sort of a shape like that, depending on how we're working or what we want our model to look like. But we'll go extrude, and then it'll come straight out on the normals. And once I've done that, I can do things with this face. I could, if I wanted to be a bit more flattened like that, we could move it up and down. We can move it anywhere we want, side to side there. We could do anything, I suppose. But that's what I thought there. Now, I think I'll leave this little part here, because loop cut slide is going to be enough, and then we'll have a look at another project.